Hey baby, it's been a while. But, you know, maybe when you're watching this, it'll just be back to back, but it's been a while since I've recorded a video, which I'll probably do a video about just to explain what's up with that. But you've been expressing interest in wanting to learn how to make French toast. I'm going to teach you in person, obviously, but in case you forget, this will be just a recipe that you can go to and you can modify as much as you want. It's pretty basic. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something like this because it fits in pretty good, right? And then we're actually going to bake it today. Usually we fry it, but I'm going to bake it today. I want to see how this works. So just learned something from my mom. So we're going to whisk up the eggs first. I'm going to use 1 egg per around 1/4 cup of milk or cream or half and half or whatever you happen to use. So we got that. Now, the way she does things is she puts her cinnamon in. So we'll put in about a teaspoon, maybe not even that, just a few shakes of cinnamon. And we're going to whisk these up. I haven't really seen any other way for the eggs to be used. I had considered maybe just using the egg yolk, but I think the egg whites are necessary for this because we're kind of making a custard for it. I mean, really, all this is bread pudding. That's all we're making today, except we're making it like by the slice. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure that this is all nicely incorporated. We'll go ahead and take it a step further because she adds the cinnamon in there. But what I think I'm going to do is I'll just go ahead and add all the basic ingredients. That does not involve milk. We're going to put in just a wee bit of vanilla. We're going to put in some salt. Just a wee bit. And about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Yes, I'm using a spoon again, but it's okay. You know what, maybe a little bit more because I like brown sugar. And we're baking it, so it's gonna be a little different. So we're gonna make sure that this is all nice and incorporated again before we put in the milk. This could easily go into the stuff I've never done before column because we are doing a few steps that I'm not used to doing outside of this order, and we're baking it. One little thing that you should take note of is the bread we're using. I normally use just regular white bread, but today we're using like a French toast cut kind of thing. And I've left this out all day to kind of get it stale because you're supposed to use stale bread. So we use 2 eggs, so we're going to use 2 1/4 cups. So essentially half a cup if you keep it up on your fractions. Which I would assume that at this point in your life, if you're watching this now, you probably are. So that's all the milk. I got some residual gunkies in the spoon, so we're going to go ahead and get that off the spoon before we mix these up. You're also going to use, if I had to guess, you're not going to use all of this mix for this amount of bread. I could be wrong, but I really don't think you will. But really, in my opinion, it's better to have more than you need. So let's go ahead and switch that on. It should have been preheating already, but oops. Got that set on stay on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this bread and we're going to get nice and soaked up in there. Have your vessel ready. And you want to get both sides. You want this. I know a lot of people generally just dip it in there and then they're done. I like to soak this stuff in. Which is really why you want to use stale bread, because that stale bread will soak in the custard way easier. Okay. I loved French toast growing up. But we always had just the regular white bread and this basic custard here. My dad loved it. He always put peanut butter on his... He put peanut butter on everything, though. He put it on his pancakes, he put it on his French toast, really anything sweet. I'm sure he put peanut butter on his ice cream. Definitely a peanut butter fan. You know what? We may have just enough. Well, we'll have a little extra, which is fine. But yeah, my mom always made the French toast. It's great. Your Aunt Kristen, I think, makes French toast pretty regular for her kids. For you, I generally do pancakes, which is fine. But this is good too. All right. See? Look at that. Pretty much used it all. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to bake them for about 10 minutes. Keep note of that time. And yeah, I know there's a timer on here, but yeah, I could probably just go ahead and use the timer. So let's go ahead and set that timer for 10 minutes, and while this is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and clean up. See you in a bit. All right, it looks like it's done. Yeah, and it's really hot too. Oh. Don't burn my hand. They're a little goopy, but you know what? I like my French toast goopy. All right, let's have you taste. Has it, Lilith? Lil? Oh. All right. Do you want butter?
Yeah.
You do want butter?
I do.
Okay. Do you want syrup?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm American.
You know syrup's like a Canadian thing, right?
Oh.
No, it's not just Canadian. I'm just kidding. All right. Go ahead and step behind here. I got your butter. I think I got everything but your fork. Let's get the syrup.
That looks pretty good. I'd see that on a Pinterest board.
Right?
Yeah.
Going across in front. All right, back with a fork.
Very wet. No, never mind. Burn myself accidentally.
Pretty good? Let me give it a try. Yes, I just moved the crust so I can get to the custardy middle.
The custody middle.
Oh my. Oh my. Okay, don't tell my mom. This is probably the best French toast I've ever had.
I don't know what it is.
So, but yeah, so based off of my personal opinion, who I've had lots of French toast growing up, mostly from one source. I love you, Mom. This is wonderful. I could probably mess with it a little bit. There are probably some changes I could make, but not necessarily to make it better, but to make it different. That basic recipe I just did, you can mix up the vanilla extract with almond extract, which I have, which is the only reason why I said it. You could throw in some different like spices and stuff. I know that some fresh ground nutmeg is all the rage right now on the interwebs. All the kids are using it these days. That wonderful man Babish does it every once in a while, and the Townsends does the fresh ground nutmeg. But you know why though? Because it tastes really good. In the fall, you could do pumpkin spice. Okay, so she must like this because she's still killing it. So yeah, I am genuinely impressed, and I think that this may be a breakfast for dinner kind of day. So yeah, I'm glad you like it. I hope that this taste goes with you into your adulthood. And if it doesn't, I've given you a pretty basic recipe that you can mess with and make this anything you want. And you can fry this in a frying pan, you can bake this in the oven. As you can see, I just used my favorite appliance of all time, the toaster oven. Which, I will, when you get your first apartment, I will buy you your first toaster oven. I will never get you a car, but I'll get you a toaster oven.
Well, how dare you?
Oh, sorry. Alright, so, yep, this is a victory. I'm glad that we had this moment. So yeah, hopefully you'll make something out of this. And I can't wait for you to come up with your own recipes so that I can, eat that French toast. Alright, I love you, kiddo. Good night.